Hello students, welcome you all on YourPedia education. My dear student, this side Mukesh sir, mentor of Data Science, AI and Computer Science department. This is the lecture number 2 of Introduction to Python Programming Language. So my dear students, in lecture 1 we already discussed first what do you mean by compiler, then we discuss interpreter, and the difference between compiler and interpreter. As we know, interpreter take one line at a time, scan it, find the error, if not generate the output. But in the case of compiler, it take whole code as a one unit, scan the whole code, whatever the number of statement in that code, and then if it is error free, then it generates the output. Next we discuss what do you mean by a variable, what do you mean by type of variable or data type, then we discuss how to declare a variable, then we discuss rules of naming a variable, then we initialize a variable, and then we just see an example of Python program that is sum of two number, and then we discuss like some of built-in function like print, input. So we already discussed the basics of Python. Fine, my dear students. So in the previous lecture we discussed the data type. Python support many type of data types like int, float, complex, str, tuple, then I can say dict, set, all this stuff. Fine. So today we are going to start the continuation of the previous lecture and discuss the data types. So first data type is, so if I just talk about the data type based on the numbers, data type based on the numbers, that is first type of data or data type based on number. So mainly we have in Python we have three type of data based on numbers. One is int, next is float, and next is complex. So if you just write down a equal to 5, it is an example of int data type. If you write b equal to 10.5, it is example of float data type. So in C we have to mention here the type of data, that is we have to write int a equal to 5. It means the right hand side value is assigned to a variable a. Fine, my dear students, which we already covered in our previous lecture. In the case of C language we have to write float b equal to 10.5. Fine. So that means the type of value stored at b is float. But now in case of Python, no need to write, just by seeing this the value, so it can automatically considered as it is a float type value. Now next is complex, that is 2 plus 3j. Fine, my dear students. Now sir, how we have to find out, or how we have to check, or how we have to cross check that the type of these variables is int, float or complex? For that again we have built-in function. Previously we discussed one built-in function, that is print function. Now we talk about one more function, that is type function, type. So what it returns we will discuss now. See, my dear students, if you just write where p is small p, not the capital P, keep in mind. Print, because we know it as case sensitive. Python is case sensitive language. Print A, what will be the output? 5. If you write print B, what will be the output? 10.5. And if you say print C, what will be the output? 2 plus 3j, where print is a built-in function whose task is to display the output. Fine. Now my dear students, see, listen carefully here. If I write print, we have to print because we have to check the type, then we have to type. What you want to print? The type. Type of what? Type of variable A. If you just print this line, if you just write this line that please print the type of variable A. So again, type is a built-in function. Already they just build a function. Fine. So it gives me the output. See, listen carefully, the output. My dear students, listen carefully. The output you see in the form of class int. Fine. Now, if you just say, my dear, please print type of B, then you find again the class and float. So what do you mean by that? I'll give you example and I'll tell you each and everything. Next, if you write print type of variable C, then it give me output as class complex. Fine, my dear students. Now, sir, what do you mean by this class and int? See, my dear students, you assign a integer value. You assign a integer value to a variable A. Now, if you just say print the value of A, it gives me 5 as output. But my dear students, if you say please print the type of variable A, and it will give you answer as class of int. Now, my dear students, one more difference between C and Python language is Python is object oriented programming, whereas C is not a object oriented programming. It means whatever you are writing here, you write A is a object. So what do you mean by object? What do you mean by class? We are going to discuss in our next lectures, but keep in mind Python is a object oriented language. It consider each and everything. So there is a one quote which is famous, everything in Python is a object. It means each object has its some entity, has some properties, have some methods. Fine, my dear students. What about all these objects class? We are going to discuss in the upcoming lectures. Just consider that it gives me the answer as class and then in quotes int, and just consider the type. This is the type of A. A store this type of value. So here A store integer type of value. Don't worry about the word class. We are going to discuss in our upcoming lectures. Here type of B, it gives me float. Next, type of C, it gives me complex, because variable C store complex type values. Fine, my dear students. So that is the basics of data type based on numbers. Based on number, we have 3 data type: int, float and complex. Fine, my dear students. So and with the help of print, you can print. With the help of type function, you can check the type of particular variable. Fine, my dear students. Now again, if I talk about like next thing, so next I am going to discuss one more data type, that is string. string data type. So it is a sequence of characters. Like see my dear students, again one more difference between C and Python is, in C we have two different type of data, type, that is, one is char, which mean character, and one is string. Fine my dear students. But now in the case of Python there is no char data type. Keep in mind my dear students, there is no char. Char means character, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, single character. String means sequence of characters, a statement, a word, everything is a string. Fine my dear students. But in the case of C language we have char data type, but in the case of Python there is no char data type. Everything, whatever we are deal with the characters, that is considered as string. So, and like integer we are denote with int, in the case of string we can denote with str. Str considered as string data type. Fine my dear students. We are going to see some example, like you can say my variable a is equal to x, and I am writing string with single quote, or you can write the same thing with double quote. You can say a equal to double quote x. It means in memory at a addresses character x is stored, or I can say string x is stored. Because it is a character and we can say there is no character data type, so it is just considered as a string of length 1, because this string has only one character. That's why it has length 1. It is a string of length 1. Or you can denote by single quote or double quote. But the point is, if you start with single quote, you have to end with single quote. Fine my dear students. And if you start with double quote, you have to end with double quote. That is the main point. And just by seeing this quote, you can say yes, it is a type of string. Next, you can say like this: YourPedia space education. Fine my dear students. Again you can write with double quote. Either you can start with double quote, end with double quote, or you can start with single quote or end with double quote. Okay. Now if you just write again print a, my dear students, it gives you output as see clearly the output. It gives you output as x instead of quote x. Fine. So in GATE you may face a problem that the output is quote x or x. Answer is only x, not within the quote. Fine. Keep in mind. Next, print b. It gives you YourPedia education space education. Whatever the space we have, that same space is included here. Fine my dear students. So with the help of print function, again we are going to display the output of that, or we are going to display the output of that particular variable or the value of that particular variable. Now if you want to check the type, again how you can write? You have to write print. You want to check type, so please write the type a, and output of this is class str. It means it is a string. If you again write print b, print type of b, again same case, class str. Fine my dear students. So in this way you can check the type, you can display the particular string. Fine, my dear students, and the one note point is no char data type in Python. Second note point, string with one character. String with one character is considered with length 1. With length 1. Fine, my dear students, that is the most important, two important note point, keep in mind. So we discussed what is print, what is Python, what is int, float, complex and string. Now we can play with the strings. We have many inbuilt functions related to string. We have many operations which we can perform on the strings. Start one by one. So my dear students, so if you want to find out the length of the string, if you want to find out the length of string, how you can find out? X is equal to hello. X is equal to hello. So now if you write print x, the output is hello. Only hello, not in quotes. If you write print, what you want to print? Len. To find the length of a particular string, we have a function that is called len, and as we know, function always start with open bracket, close with open bracket, close bracket. Fine. So what you want? You want length of what? X. So it give you output as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. It give you output as 5, keep in mind. So the next important point is length function. Length function. What is the use of length function? To find the length of string. Find the length of string. Fine, my dear students. So in this way you can find the length of string. Now we have, if we want to check, because my string may consist with one character, one word or 100 of word. So if I want to find out if something is present in my string or not, string may be a statement, string may be a single character, string may be a set of 2 or 3 words, it may be anything, but it can start with quotes, end with quote. Quote may be single or double, quote end with single or double, accordingly. Fine, my dear students. Now if you want to find is any particular character or is any particular phrase or I can say word is present in my string or not. See, my dear students, here I am writing a variable x. A variable x assigns some value, that is YourPedia space education, close, because I start with double, I end with double. Now we are going to use a keyword. Previously we know that we cannot use keyword as a variable name. So the first keyword we are going to introduce is in. Fine. So in is used, so it returns you true and false. It returns true or false. It means what? This keyword is a boolean keyword. Either it give you true or false. Boolean means 2. It gives you 2 type of output, either true or false. So in returns true or accordingly or false if a word or character present in string Fine. So see, go with an example. So if you want to write, so if you just write print, we want to print the output in the terms of true or false. If you said print, I can say pedia. So you want to check some string, because pedia is also a string, it's a subset of string, I can say. So you can again write in the quotes pedia in. Keep in mind, now here you have to write in the small, not in the capital I, capital N. You don't use the capital I and in. Fine, I and N. You have to write in small terms. Pedia in X. Tell me pedia in X or not. And is there any pedia in X? Yes. So it returns you true. Check one by one and check the pedia is there or not. Yes. If you just write print hello in X, is hello in X string, it gives you false. Fine. In the same way, if you want to check if the something is not present in string or not, in that case you are going to use a keyword not in. So keep in mind, dear student, this is not a function, this is a keyword. In and not in is a keyword. They are reserved word. They have some specific functionality related to these words. Fine, my dear students. So if you write again, my X or my string is YourPedia education. Now if you write print hello not in X, now tell me what will be the output. Is it true or false? Is hello in X? False. Hello is not in X. Hello not in X, it says that hello is not present in X. Is it the true or false statement? Yes, hello, no hello is present, so it gives me true. Whatever you are saying, my dear, that is the true one, so it gives me true as the output. Fine, my dear students. So in this way, with the help of keyword in and not in, you can check a particular word or phrase is present in a string or not. Now we have again some set of operations that is called slicing of string. What do you mean by slice? Slice means a piece. Slicing on string. What do you mean by that? See, my dear students, if I am writing a string that is X is equal to YourPedia space education. See, my dear students, in C we have array. Array means consecutive memory is given to me, consecutive cell given to me of some specific size. In the case of string also, this string is stored somewhere in the memory, and the index of each character is, let's say, suppose the index start from the 0. So this Y is at index 0, O is at index 1, U is at index 2, index 3, index 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now keep in mind, I am just writing here one space, so this is considered as 9. If I am writing 2 space, this is 9 and 10. Then E is at index 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 and 17. If you write, my dear, please print the length of X. So what is the output? 0 to 17, output is 18. If you write, my dear, print X, it gives me output as YourPedia education. But how I am going to slice a string? It means, suppose you want to print only YOUR, these 4 characters of this string. Then that means you are trying to slice a string, you are trying to cut the string, you are trying to make the pieces of your string. So how you have to print only the 4 characters of your string, and those 4 characters start from 0 and at YOUR, R and at 3. But now if you just write, my dear students, if you just write print, see my dear students, listen carefully, you are going to print here, print, what you want to print? You want the data of X from where to where? From where to where? Start with square bracket, end with square bracket and close. Fine. Now you start with 0, now colon. What is the syntax? See the syntax. Sir, I just want YOUR and index of R is 3. Index of R is 3. But if you write 0 to 3, my dear students, listen carefully, the last, whatever the number I am writing here, that is not included in your output. Fine. So I have to write 4. At 4, P is there and I want the data from before P. Start from the 0. So 0 is included, but if I write 3, that is not included. So I have to write 4. So that gives me output as your. So in the same way, oh, fine. So in the same way, if you write print X, so if you want to start from 11, just write 11, index number 11. Now if you want to start and end with like edu, only 12, so you have to mention 13. So that end with square bracket and then function, because we know function start from this bracket and close with this bracket. Fine. So it gives me ed, e is at index, so I just start with 11. So I have to write here 10, because 10 is included but 13 is not included. So 10 is edu, that is your output. Fine, my dear students. So in this way you can start your range, you can end your range, but the end part is not included. Keep in mind. Now the next case is, suppose again if you want to start, if you want to say that, my dear, please print the string X from index 2 to, if you are not mentioning the last part, then you just write here this one. So what it can do, it can start with index 2. This is index 0, this is index 1, this is index 2. So it give you output as YourPedia space education complete. And if you just write print X, no, there is no like starting point, but you just write like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so just 5. So again 5 is not included, 3, 4 and 5. It means the output is YOURP, because you are not giving the starting point, so always it starts from the start point. Fine. it give you output as YOURP. At index number 5 we have E, which is not included. Fine, my dear students. And there is a concept of negative indexing. See, my dear students, see, I am writing a string HELLO. So if I start from left to right, the index is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Fine, my dear students. But if I start to give the index from right to left, so this is -1 index, this is -2 index, this is -3 index, this is -4 index, this is -5 index. It is not start with the 0. Keep in mind, this start from the -1. Fine, my dear students, this start from the -1. So there is a concept of negative indexing, and again we have many other problems or many other different operations, how to concatenate the string, how to change the string, how to modify the string, how to update the string, how to append the string. So we have many functions which we can perform, or many operations which we can perform on string. And this negative indexing is also very important, and I am saying you 100% directly or indirectly, question on negative indexing must be there in your exam. Keep in mind, my dear students, question based on negative indexing must be there in your exam. Fine, my dear students. So my dear students, the point is, today we just discuss int, float and then string, complex and some part of the string. I want to add few points. So yesterday also I discussed the concept of casting. See, my dear students, you are just writing x is equal to 5, and if you just type the print type of x, as you know, now you are a bit comfortable, the output is class, and as it is an integer, so output is int. Fine, my dear students. Now, but if you want this 5, this integer as a float, then you have to cast it. You have to cast it explicitly. And how you can do it? X, you have to write float here, because you want to make 5 as a float. And now if you print x, now if you want to print x, just pause the video and tell me what is the output. So output will be 10.0, that is value 5, so output is 5.0, not 5, that is a float value. And if you type print type of x, previously when I type print type of x, it is class int, but now it is class float. It means we can cast according to the type, whatever type we want. Fine, my dear students. So that is the basics, again the introductory part of Python, lecture number 2. So in this way we are going to discuss and try to complete the whole series from basic to advanced, including data structure as well as algorithm part. So my dear students, so if you want to give GATE 2024 in data science and AI, or either you can from any branch, from mechanical, civil, electrical, electronics, stat, math, physics, chemical, or any branch. So if you want to pursue and your career in the field of data science and AI, then you can go with the exam GATE 2024 data science and AI, and in this way you can start your journey. YourPedia already launched their module, separate batch for non CSE background students, a different batch for CSE background student, and the point is we have the we are trying to start, even we start from the scratch onwards, okay, because we assuming you don't know anything about the computer science background. We are not from the computer science background, so we are going to start each and everything from the scratch. But the condition is you have to be passionate about data science and AI, you have to be sincere about this course. Fine. And if you want to prepare this course, you can enroll in YourPedia education. If you have any query related to any part of data science and AI module, syllabus, books, or any other part, you can write in your comments in the video's comment section box, and we will reply you. Again, still you want to talk to me or my other colleague mentors, you can reach out to YourPedia team and just contact to me. I'll 100% I'm saying you, I just like clarify all your doubts. So my dear students, hopefully I think you will get each and everything. And now, so in the next video we are continue from that part, from the negative indexing part and different operations on the string, and actually all this stuff, how at the back end, how these things are related to the back end, how they are work. So we are going to discuss each and everything from scratch. And if you still have any query, you can reach out to YourPedia. If you want to continue your preparation, then from Monday onwards, keep in mind my dear students, from Monday onwards we are going to start our live lectures. So don't miss these lectures, okay? And thank you so much my dear students.